much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show where the aim of the game is to avoid the obvious answers and find the obscure ones. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
I'm Gary, and this is my wife, Kathy, and we come from St Ives in Cambridgeshire.
Couple number two.
I'm Leslie, this is my daughter Holly, and we're from Norfolk.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Colin. We're from Liverpool. This is Scott and Bestmouth.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Rob. This is my wife, Alex, and we're from Barry.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks very much, all of you. Very warm welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you with us. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. It's elementary, my dear Osman. It's my Pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everybody. Hiya. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Oh, mustn't grumble.
Excellent. I'm very pleased to hear it. I wouldn't want to hear you grumble. Now, we've got two returning pairs from the last show. Colin and Scott, welcome back. Got through to round two.
Okay.
Joined the 200 Club, though, in round two.
Very proud of that.
I always think if you join the 200 Club in round two, though, it's not quite so bad, because you've got through one round.
Yes.
Joining it in round one is bad.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Joining it twice in two shows would be very bad, though, so that is still open to us. And Leslie and Holly, welcome back as well. Got all the way through to the head-to-head last time. So two strong pairs. We're joined by podiums 1 and podium 4. Gary, just remember that Kathy with his wife there on his introduction. Because I don't think anyone would have noticed it. just saved yourself.
Thank you, Richard. Oh, this is fun. Dan and Chris didn't win the jackpot last time. So we're adding... Yeah, I know. So we're adding another £1,000 to it. So today's jackpot starts off at £3,000. There it is. Right. If everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. And just remember, it's always the pair with the highest score that gets eliminated at the end of each round. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category this afternoon is iconic entertainers. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and our question concerns people on the London Palladium Wall of Fame. Richard.
Yes, this is new information for me. You know the Walk of Fame in Hollywood outside Mann's Chinese Theatre, where there's lots of showbiz stars. The London Palladium introduced a Wall of Fame in 2018. We're going to show you 16 faces who are on that Wall of Fame. You just have to tell us who they are, please.
Thank you very much. So 16 faces are going to appear on this screen. They'll stay up for the whole round. We won't be changing them halfway through. You just have to name anyone whose face is on that picture. OK, let's reveal the image. Here it comes. There they all are. You just have to shout out the name of anyone you see on that image. Gary, welcome. Great to have you here.
Hi.
From St Ives.
Yes.
Tell us all about yourself, Gary.
I work in Addenbrooke's Hospital in Cambridge, and I teach the new people that come to the hospital how to use our electronic record system.
See, that's good. Gary told me all of that while scanning the pictures.
Oh, yeah, this guy. Listen, he can't remember the name of his wife, but he can multitask.
Yeah, he can. Yes, I feel like I'm at a party. You're just looking over my shoulder, see who's more interesting than me. Well, there are 16 of them. So, Gary, what are you going to go for?
Bottom row, Jimmy Tarbuck.
Jimmy Tarbuck, says Gary. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Jimmy Tarbuck. Jimmy Tarbuck is absolutely right. Down he goes to 45. Good start to the show.
Yeah, he's appeared there many times. He even hosted the new London Palladium show in the 60s.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Leslie, welcome back. Good to have you with us again. Remind us all about yourself.
I'm a legal secretary, work at a firm in Norwich.
And when not being legal secretary, Leslie, what thrills you?
I love cycling, I love going to gigs, and I like the tennis.
Tense?
I always watch Wimbledon.
Oh, so tennis. I thought I like tense. I think, gosh, that you could combine that with the cycling, and you could just go forever. Tennis.
That wouldn't be such fun.
Yeah. Leslie, who are you going to go for on our Wall of Fame?
I'm going for Des O'Connor.
Des O'Connor, says Leslie. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Des O'Connor. Des O'Connor is right. 45 is the only score we have. 56 for Des O'Connor.
Guess how many times Des O'Connor has played the London Palladium?
51.
1,250. How about that? Isn't that amazing?
Wow, he must never have left.
His 1,250th was as the Wizard in The Wizard of Oz.
Is he counting individual performances?
Yes.
OK, fair enough.
Are you on there? You played the Palladium.
I have.
Sold it out? Sold that place out?
Yeah, I did once.
Yeah.
Once is enough.
I'm surprised your picture is not out. Perhaps it is up there.
I don't know, do people put handprints on there or a face print, maybe?
I think essentially what it is, because they had the stars and that on the Hollywood, so
Yeah.
what it is you photocopy your backside. And they
Just
put those
pop it up there. That's nice.
So if you're ever asked to do that, that's what it's for.
I've been asked several times. Thank you very much. Colin, welcome back.
You all right?
Remind us all about yourself, Colin.
I'm basically a station master, which is basically selling tickets in the railway station on our local network in Liverpool.
Do you get to wear a hat?
No,
That's a shame.
which is good.
What sort of hat would you like to wear in your station master's garb?
You're asking me something now. Cowboy? Yeah, definitely.
That'd be nice.
Definitely
OK.
cowboy, rodeo.
Station master just sounds fabulously old-fashioned. I'm expecting at least a
the
tailcoat.
actual title is station retailer.
Right.
But people are like, hold on, what's
No,
that?
station
So,
retailer. Yeah. OK. And when you leave the station behind you, take off the hat, as it were. What do you get up to?
Well, I like golf.
Yeah.
I like...
Scott Chilich went.
I like golf.
Yeah.
I like going to restaurants. So at the weekends, nothing better than having a few holes and eating out.
There we are. OK, now, who are you going to go for on our board?
Right. I know a few on there. And this one's going to be a bit of a potluck because I'm not 100% sure, and it's worth taking a risk. I'm going to go for top, Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong, says Colin. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Louis Armstrong. Halfway to the 200 club, Colin.
No, I'm personally already there.
Oh, right, yes,
I'm
yes, you are.
personally already there,
Personally,
yeah.
you are. I'm afraid an incorrect answer scores you 100 points.
Yeah, not Louis Armstrong. I'm afraid they banned anyone called Armstrong from that war.
Thank you very much indeed. Rob, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm a solicitor. I work for the NHS. I'm an in-house lawyer.
I see. What are your hobbies, Rob?
I'm a bit of a classic car nut.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. So
Do you have a collection of classic cars?
I've got a couple,
Yes.
yeah. Much to my wife's sort of
Do you,
displeasure. But
do you get to keep them anywhere near where you live, or do you have to are they in sort of lockups miles away?
Well, we've got 2 young kids, so I have a man cave in the garden, and I disappear in there and enjoy the peace and tinker with my cars.
Nice. Oh, but that's fun for that. Are they allowed in there as well, the kids?
They get in there, but
Yeah.
but not normally. It's a bit dangerous in there. There's lots of sharp things.
That's what you keep telling me. That's yeah, quite right. Now, Rob, who are you going to go for on this board?
I'm going to take a risk. Bottom, middle right. I think that's Jack Benny.
Jack Benny.
Yeah.
Jack Benny, says Rob. This sounds like it might be a nice low score. If it's right, let's find out if it is Jack Benny. It is Jack Benny. It is Jack Benny. Well, 100's our high score. 45's our low. You pass that. 7. Very well done indeed. 7 for Jack Benny.
That's a terrific answer. Very well done. Huge star in the States, of course. Had a series that went on for 15 years from the Jack Benny programme.
Thank you very much. Indeed, we are halfway through our first round. Let's have a look at those scores. 7, the best score of the past. Rob, well done you. Keep that up, Alex. And round 2 will be yours. Then we travel up quite a long way to 45. Gary and Kathy, not a bad score there. 56, Leslie and Holly, and then up to 100. Colin and Scott. OK, Scott, a little bit of pressure on your shoulders there.
Only just.
But, yeah, well, never mind. I'm hoping you've spotted some nice low-scoring answers there that you can pick off when it's your turn. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Alex.
Hi.
Welcome to Pointless.
Thank you.
Tell us all about yourself.
Well, I'm also a solicitor, but I work in-house for a local law firm, doing property rather than personal injury like Rob.
Well, that's quite nice then, isn't
Yeah,
it? So
it's
you
lovely.
don't have that much to talk about, legally speaking, when you get
Yeah.
home. Otherwise,
And
can
we
you imagine...
can't fight.
And you can't fight?
Yeah.
Different disciplines?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
If you could fight, what discipline would you go for, Alex?
Well, Rob's a third Dan Aikido instructor, so
Oh,
I
we
won't
kept that
fight him.
quiet.
I won't fight him.
OK. What are your interests, Alex?
There's one thing I do, which is I do dance. So I go to a local sort of dance hall and R&B group, which I absolutely love, and it's my time away from our boys. That sounds awful, doesn't it?
No,
it's not meant to be.
They've got a smear jam all over classic cars. OK, now, Alex, you're on 7, which means that score 92, through you go. What are you going to go for?
Well, I have a risky one, but I'm not brave enough to risk the risky one. I'm going to play it really safe and say Celeb Black.
Cilla Black.
Yeah.
OK, well, here's your red lines, nice and high. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Cilla Black. It's right. Oh, no! 95. Takes your total up to 102.
Oh, I should learn then.
And the good news is we have a new definition of the word safe.
Yes.
As well.
There we are. Thank you very much, Richard. Scott, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself.
My name's Scott, originally from Paisley in Scotland. Been living in Liverpool the last 27 years, and I'm a private hire taxi driver in Liverpool.
That's right, and your interest, Scott?
I play golf, a bit better than this one.
I mean, how much better? Embarrassingly better?
Embarrassingly better, aye.
I mean, do you play each other, or do you secretly hope someone else will come up and say...
I hope somebody else tackles
Comes
along,
out.
to be honest.
Now, Scott, you've got a bit of a mountain to climb here. What we're looking for from you is a score of 1 or less.
Do you know, one would be nice. So I'm going to go with my mate's one. Since he went for Louis Armstrong, I'll go for Nat King Cole.
You're going to say Nat King Cole?
Yeah.
OK, here's your red line. Look at that.
As long as it's less than 100, I do not care. Don't care.
OK, look at that, Colin. He's mopping up behind
All the way
you.
home to Liverpool, I
All
won't
the
hear
way
the
back
end of
up
it.
the road.
OK, Nat King Cole. Is it right? How many of our 100 people said it? It is Nat King Cole. See, that's a really good answer. Scott, down it goes. 31. Very well done. 31. 131 is your total there. You could have kept yourselves in the game.
Yeah, well played, Scott, giving yourself a chance there. But more importantly, if you do go out, brilliant. I mean,
All I
very
care
well
about.
done. Exactly
All I
the same
care about.
answer. He was completely wrong. You were completely right.
That's why I brought him.
You may hear about that again, Colin, I suspect.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Holly, welcome back.
Hi.
Remind us all about yourself.
So I'm a student studying in Coventry. I study journalism.
Which realm of journalism do you want to go into?
Magazine.
Into magazines. And
Yeah.
what style?
Like lifestyle. Like
Lifestyle.
travel, fashion kind of thing.
Oh, yes, right at the gritty end of
Yeah.
journalism. That's nice, yes. The one that...
Got to start from the bottom, so...
Yeah. No, that's fun. That's fun. So have you sorted out a job for yourself?
I'm
or
in the process of applying,
it?
yeah.
Oh, good luck with that. But fun, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Holidays?
Yeah.
Holidays? So they always need people to write up holidays.
They do.
Excellent. Well, that's lovely. Now, Holly, there you are on 56. If you can score 74 or less, you're through.
I don't think I can score 74 or less. They're all a bit before my time.
Oh, Holly, I can't believe you just said that.
We don't say that on this show. What we always say is, listen, Triceratops were before my time, I still know a dinosaur.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
only 2 that I don't know for sure.
OK.
It's just which is lower. So I'm going to have to say Tom Jones.
OK, you're going to say Tom Jones. Here is your red line. You have to get below that with Sir Tom Jones. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Tom Jones. That's right. 90. Great news for Scott and Colin. 146 is your total.
Yeah, look at podium 3.
I know.
Look how happy Colin is.
Thank you very much, Richard. Kathy, welcome to
Hi.
Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
So I work at Adam Brooks Hospital in Cambridge, and I'm a children's rheumatology nurse specialist, mainly looking after children with arthritis and keeping them out of hospital.
But you're based in the hospital, or
I'm
do
based in
you
the
work out of the hospital
and
as well?
The children come to see me, and then I
Right.
train and educate them so they can have their treatment at home.
Excellent.
And I'm sort of on call if they need me.
Wonderful. Kathy, what do you like getting up to when you're not doing that?
So I like going to the cinema with my husband. We cycle. We like going to bands with an alcoholic drink.
I've never heard it described like that, but
Sorry.
yes, OK. What if it's a dry gig?
Just a pub.
OK, right. Kathy, you're through. Doesn't
Brilliant.
matter what you score here, you're in
OK.
the next round, which, bearing that in mind, do you fancy just taking us
I
all
can
the way
give it a-
through?
Give it a go. So I'm not too sure on the top row. The second row is Bob Hope, Judy Garland, and I think that's Danny Kaye, but I'm not 100%. But Cliff Richard, Sammy Davis Jr., and that lady looks so familiar. I think it might be Pam Ferris, but that might just be me. Bottom left, Norman Wisdom, and bottom right, Shirley Bassey. So let's go for the Dame and go for Shirley Bassey.
You're going to go for Shirley
Yes.
Bassey. OK, no red line, you're already through. How many people said Shirley Bassey? Not bad. 50 for Shirley Bassey, taking your total up to 95. Well done.
Very well played. Let's fit in a few of those that you gave us answers to as well, see if you could have got a better score. You're right about Bob Hope. He would have scored you more points. He would have scored you 56. You are also right about Judy Garland. She would have scored you 41. You are right about Cliff, of course. He's our third scorer in the 90s, though. Cliff would have scored you 93. Just beaten by Scylla there. You're right about Sammy Davis Jr., of course. He would have scored you one more than Shirley Bassey. Would have scored you 51. Now, Danny Kaye, you were also right about. He would have scored you 36. Norman Wisdom, you're correct about. He would have scored you 69 points. Pam Ferris is Dame Vera Lynn.
Sorry.
And she would have scored... There you go, you're allowed to say that. She would have scored you 26. And top left, it's Arthur Askey. 55 points. And the best answer on the board, top right...
It's Gracie Fields.
Gracie Fields would have scored you 6 points.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we are at the end of our first round, which means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. Oh, Holly and Leslie, I'm sorry, it's you. Our head-to-headers last time. I'm so sorry. That was a tough board there. Thank you so much for playing, Holly and Leslie. It's been great having you. Holly and Leslie. But for the remaining three pairs, it's now time for round two. Oh, three pairs now. We're into round two. Listen, I've got plaudits to hand out everywhere. Rob, here's yours. Lowest individual score. Very well done. Kathy and Gary, here's yours. Lowest combined score. Colin and Scott. There you are. Well done. You made it. Round two. Whoa!
So then we pulled that one out the bag.
Fantastic, Scott. Very, very strong performance from you there. Best of luck to all three pairs. Our category for round two today is interrogative sentences.
What?
Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? Whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns famous questions. Richard.
Yeah, on each board, we're going to show you 6 clues, and the answers to each of them is a question. We're also going to give you the initials of what that question is. So the answers to all of these are questions. It's going to be 12 in all to have a go at home. Good luck.
Thank you very much indeed. So we are looking to the questions that are the answers to these. Classic 1970s and 80s BBC sitcoms set in the fictional Grace Brothers department store, AYBS. The opening line of Shakespeare's Sonnet 18, SICTTASD. Jeremy Paxman famously asked Michael Howard this question 12 times during a 1997 Newsnight interview. DYTTOH. 1999 UK hit single by Travis, in which the singer bemoans the weather. WDIAROM. 1878 painting by William Frederick Yeames depicting a scene from the English Civil War. AWDYLSYF. And 2006 BBC talent show that took its title from a question sung in The Sound of Music, HDYSAPLM. I'll read those again. Classic 1970s and 80s BBC sitcom set in the fictional Grace Brothers department store, the opening line of Shakespeare's Sonnet 18. Jeremy Paxman famously asked Michael Howard this question 12 times during a 1997 Newsnight interview. 1999 UK hit single by Travis, in which the singer bemoans the weather. 1878 painting by William Frederick Yeames depicting a scene from the English Civil War. And the 2006 BBC talent show that took its title from a question sung in The Sound of Music. There we go. Kathy, it's all over to you.
Thank you. So I'm going to go for the 1999 UK hit single by Travis, which is Why Does It Always Rain on Me?
Why does it always rain on me, says Kathy. Let's see how many of our 100 people got that. It is that. Down he goes to 53, not bad.
Yeah, written by Fran Healy, the lead singer of Travis, when he was on holiday in Israel, and it rained the entire time, despite the fact it's supposed to be sunny.
Thank you very much. Scott.
Yes.
All these famous questions need an answer. What are they?
There's only one answer I know up there. The first one is, are you being served?
Are you being served, says Scott. How many of our 100 people said that? It's right. 80 is what it scores, not 100.
Quite often we look into our 100 respondents and they put ridiculous answers or answers that are wrong, but occasionally they just do typos, and one of our 100 said, are you being severed? So that's a very different show.
Thank you very much indeed. Rob, you're the last person to have this board. Do you want to talk us through it?
No, I don't, unfortunately. I've not got Scooby. The only one that I knew is gone. The Jeremy Paxman thing, I know I've seen this. I don't know. Do you think that this office helps? I have no idea. I have no idea. So that's the best I can do.
Well, is that the one you're going to go for?
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
Do you think that this office helps?
Yeah.
Demonstrating this corner office here with computers and desks. Let's see. What he said. Let's see how many of our 100 people also said it. No. Sorry, Rob.
Shocker.
I'm afraid that scores you 100 points.
What's that answer?
Did you
Threaten?
to overrule him?
Did you threaten to overrule him? Did you threaten to overrule him? Would have scored you 6 points. Best answer on the board. The opening line of that Shakespeare
Shall I
sonnet.
compare thee to a summer's day?
Compare thee to a summer's day. Would have scored 18. The painting that's in the Walker Art Gallery, this painting, up in Liverpool.
And when did you last see your father?
When did you last see your father? That would have scored you 10. And the bottom one?
How do you solve a problem like Maria?
Absolutely right. That would have scored you 41.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through our second round. Let's have a look at those scores. 53, as it turns out. Kathy, the best score of the past. Well done, Kathy and Gary. 80s, where we find Scott and Colin. 100s, where we find Rob and Alex. Now then, Alex, your turn to shine here.
OK.
Let's hope there's a really good, low-scoring answer for you on the next board. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 6 more clues up on the board. And here they come. All of these famous questions, we want the answers. In the King James Bible, Cain's reply when God asks, where is Abel, your brother? AIMBK. Single by Bros, which reached number 2 in 1988. WWIBF. The title of Chapter 11 of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which features a court case. WSTT. 2018 film starring Melissa McCarthy and Richard E. Grant. CYEFM. 2010 UK number 1 for Rihanna, featuring Drake. WMN. And BBC comedy panel show with David Mitchell and Lee Mack as team captains, WILTY. I'll read those all again. In the King James Bible, Cain's reply when God asks, where is Abel, your brother? Single by Bros, which reached number 2 in 1988. The title of Chapter 11 of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which features a court case. 2018 film starring Melissa McCarthy and Richard E. Grant. 2010 UK number 1 for Rihanna featuring Drake. And BBC comedy panel show with David Mitchell and Lee Mack as team captains. Alex, over to you. Let's have a lovely low score.
Well, I only definitely know one, but I might take a risk, because why not? Should I take a risk?
May as well.
OK, 2010 UK number 1 for Rihanna. What's my name?
What's my name?
I think.
What's my name?
Yeah.
OK, no red line, you're the high scorers. Let's see if what's my name is right. It is. It's a good one, Alex. That's very good indeed, 19. Lowest score of the round. Exactly what we needed from you. Well done.
Well played, Alex. Spoiler alert, her name was Rihanna.
OK, Colin. Colin, you're on 80. You have to score 38 or less.
I don't think I'm going to. Because I'm such a lover of this band, and I'm hoping because it's 1988, it's way back, so some mightn't remember it. But do you want me to sing it?
I would be so thrilled if you didn't.
When will I be famous?
When will I be famous, says Colin. OK, here is your red line. Get below that. Head-to-head awaits. Let's see how many of our 100 people said, when will I be famous? It's right. 45. Not bad, though. 45 takes your total up to 125.
And again, one of our 100 there said, why would I be famous?
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Gary. Gary, here are the numbers. You need 71 or less. That's your board. Do you fancy talking us through it?
No. I only know one that's left, and that is the bottom one. Would I lie to you?
Would I lie to you, says Gary. OK, here is your red line. Will you get below that red line with would I lie to you? Let's find out. It's right. 77. Taking your total up to 130.
And the march of Colin and Scott continues here.
Yeah.
Through they go
what?
once again. Let's fill these in, shall we? What did Kane reply?
Am I my brother's keeper?
Am I my brother's keeper? That would have scored you 32. I didn't get this one, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, but once you see the answer, do you know that one?
No.
Who stole the tarts?
Ah, of course.
Makes sense,
There you
doesn't
go.
it? 3 points, so very well done if you said that. And the Melissa McCarthy film, do you remember
Can
this?
you ever forgive me?
Can you ever forgive me? 7 points. Very well done if you got either of those last two. Very good answers.
Thank you very much. Well, we are at the end of our second round. Once again, we have to say goodbye to a pair, Gary and Kathy, I'm afraid. It's you we say goodbye to, our lowest combined scorers at the end of the first round. How the wheel turns.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time. Look forward to it very much. But meantime, thanks so much, Gary and Kathy. But for the remaining two pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Well done, Rob and Alex, Colin and Scott. You're now one round closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £3,000. There it is. Brilliant. Well, you now start playing as a pair. You can chat before you give your answers. First pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Exciting.
Well, it feels like Colin and Scott are invincible somehow.
I know.
Listen, I don't know how they're going to win it, but Rob and Alex, I'm sure they are. I mean,
Yeah.
that's...
It's just somehow going to happen.
That's fine.
That's all we know.
OK. Well, best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns people dressed as vampires.
Yes, 5 pictures now of people dressed as vampires, but who are these people, please?
OK, let's reveal our 5 vampire-dressed people, and here they are. We've got A. B. C. D. And E. There we go. And now, Rob and Alex, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first.
No, I'm not sure. No, only the last. Go on, then.
There's only one that we're 100% sure on, so we're going to take a risk and say D, Abby Clancy.
D. Abby Clancy, say Rob and Alex. Abby Clancy. Now, Colin and Scott, do you fancy talking us through all of those?
He is
Ozzy.
Ozzy Osbourne, isn't it? C. Steve Coogan.
He's Alan Titmarsh. B.
B. That might be that. Nicole Scherzinger.
C.
You're going to go for C and say...
Steve Coogan.
Steve Coogan. OK, so we have Abby Clancy and we have Steve Coogan. Rob and Alex said Abby Clancy for D. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. No, it is not Abby Clancy. Colin and Scott, meanwhile, have gone for Steve Coogan for C. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Steve Coogan. Just has to be right. And it is right. Very well done indeed, Colin and Scott.
I knew it was Steve Coogan.
45, Steve Coogan. And Colin and Scott, after one question, are up 1-0.
Yeah, not Abby Clancy. It's a pointless answer, though, D. It is Heidi Klum.
Ah, right.
Very
They're
well done
very
if you said
long
that.
fangs she's got there.
Yeah,
I just think
I
that's...
think they're fake. You worry about that.
OK.
Now, A, let's take a look at A. Now, you're quite right. That is Ozzy Osbourne from his Bark at the Moon tour. He would have scored you 19. 2 of our 100 thought that was a British comedian. 2 people thought it was John Bishop.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I mean...
I guess.
You can kind of see it.
Yeah.
Next up, B, very well done if you said this. It is Zoe Kravitz. She would have scored you 1 point. That's quite a good kind of dressed-down vampire thing, isn't it?
I like the mug with the blood
exactly.
on. That's
Just
a nice touch.
like a vampire relaxing at home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
And E, you're quite right, is Alan Titchmarsh. I bet you could do an impression of Alan Titchmarsh as a vampire.
Alan, I forgot to Alan Titchmarsh. He starts like that and then goes slightly fey. Starts well, starts quite boldly, then goes fey.
As a vampire, I don't know what the difference would be. Start. No, I don't know. I can't imagine.
You can't do any of
He'd look like that, though.
He would have scored you 75 points. A big score for Titchmarsh. That was on his chat show. He dressed as a vampire for his chat show.
Oh, phew.
There's none of those people... No, well, one of those people is a vampire, but I'm not allowed to say who. 4 of them are dressed up.
Thank you very much indeed. So here comes your second question, Colin and Scott. You get to answer it first, and if you win it, you go straight through to the final. So Rob and Alex, you've got to snatch this one. Good luck. Our second question today is all about blank things.
Yeah, 5 clues now to things that have the word blank in the answer.
Thank you very much. Let's reveal our 5 blank clues, and here they are. Figure of speech meaning to be given an unlimited freedom of action or spending blank blank.
I'll tell you what, the question writers have stitched you up here. They literally just had this idea and thought, yeah.
2014 UK #4 single by Taylor Swift, blank blank. It just doesn't stop being funny. A TV game show that has been hosted by Terry Wogan, Les Dawson and Lily Savage, blank blank. 1967 John Boorman thriller starring Lee Marvin as Walker, blank blank. And 1976 documentary about the New York punk scene featuring Patti Smith and the Ramones, the blank blank. I'll read those again. Figure of speech, meaning to be given an unlimited freedom of action or spending. A 2014 UK #4 single by Taylor Swift. TV game show that's been hosted by Terry Wogan, Les Dawson and Lily Savage. 1967 John Boorman thriller starring Lee Marvin as Walker. And 1976 documentary about the New York punk scene featuring Patti Smith and the Ramones. OK, Colin and Scott, you get to go first.
I was watching the documentary the other day about the New York punk scene. Now, I think that's the blank generation.
The blank generation, say Colin and Scott. The blank generation. OK, Rob and Alex, it's over to you. Can you fill in the rest of that board?
OK, the top one is blank check.
That's blank space.
Yeah. Blankety blank is the Terry Wogan.
And you think you know this one?
And I think that the John Boorman thriller is point blank.
And that's the one you're going to go for?
Yeah.
Point blank. So we have the blank generation and we have point blank. Colin and Scott said the blank generation for the documentary 1976. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people got the blank generation. Is right. It's a good answer, I think, this one. And down it goes to 7. Very well done indeed, Scott. That's going to take some beating, Rob and Alex, but let's see if you can do it with Point Blank, the John Boorman thriller. Let's see how many people said Point Blank. It's right. Ooh, 21 for Point Blank, which means Colin and Scott, there you are, after only 2 questions, straight through to the final 2-0.
Yeah, very well played. You rode your luck a couple of times in this show, but not in the head-to-head. Terrific work. Great answer there as well. Best answer on the board. Could not have been beaten. Blank generation, very nicely done. Let's fill in the rest of these. You gave us all the correct answers for these. The figure of speech is blank check, and that would have scored you 49. You're quite right, it was blank space. Slightly better answer than point blank, but still not good enough. 19 points for that. And blankety blank scores?
87.
88.
Ah, there we are.
Very close.
Thank you very much indeed. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, it is exactly as Richard predicted.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can just spot these things and it just happens. There's nothing you can do about it, however much Colin tries. But Rob and Alex, we get to see you next time, which is great news for us. Thanks for playing so well today. We'll look forward to that very much. Rob and Alex. But for Colin and Scott, it is now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Colin and Scott. You fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £3,000. OK, so here comes our final round. There could be £3 in it for you. What would you want to see come up?
Not telling you.
No.
No.
Do you know what? After our performance,
Anything.
how I pulled that one out the bag is
Amazing.
beyond me, so
Amazing.
I'll just go with the flow.
Just go
now.
with the spin of the coin, yeah.
OK, well, let's see what's on the board. Let's hope there's something up here you like the look of. Beer, rugby union Grand Slams, martial arts actors, and Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. What do you think?
Forget Amadeus. Beer. I just don't really drink, so you could go with beer and go with a load of adverts. Rugby union Grand Slams. See, if you're going to ask me about that, rugby union's just not really my game. Mozart, forget that. That's going nowhere. So, martial arts actors.
We'll go with martial arts actors.
Go on, aye.
OK, martial arts actors.
For a giggle.
OK, good luck, gents. According to IMDb, we're looking for any feature film made for cinema release starring one of the following three, please, up to March 2019. So any film starring Chuck Norris, any film starring Bruce Lee, or any film starring Jackie Chan. Very, very best of luck.
Thank you very much. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yep.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Right. Do you know any Jackie Chan films?
Aye, 48 hours. Pretty much it.
Right. Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon.
It's got to be
I
obscure,
must be an obscured one, but...
Chuck, not know any Chuck Norris.
No Chuck Norris, I don't know any of his movies. So you get 48 hours, Jackie Chan. He's been in other ones that he's not been a martial artist. So... Oh man, who's that one? You know, the longer you think of something, the further it goes away from you. It's, I think you're just going to have to go with another 48 hours.
Got 3.
Right, another 48 hours.
Wait,
Way of the Dragon. Enter the Dragon.
10 seconds left.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's-
Got it. Yeah.
OK, you happy with what you've got?
Aye.
OK, well, we'll stop the clock. There we are. Let's have your 3 answers, and if you could say which actor you're talking about in each case.
Bruce Lee, Way of the Dragon.
Way of the Dragon.
Way of the Dragon.
OK.
Jackie Chan, 48 hours and another 48 hours.
48 hours
Yep.
and another 48
Another
hours.
48 hours.
OK, so Way of the Dragon, 48 hours and another 48 hours.
Yep.
Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer, do you think?
None. Way of the Dragon, I reckon.
I'm hoping somebody's just went, 100 people have went 48 hours and forgot about another 48 hours.
OK, so which one do you think
I
should
think
be your...
Way of the Dragon will be the lowest.
OK, let's put Way of the Dragon last, then. Least likely to be pointless?
48 hours.
48 hours. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board, then, in that order. And here they are. 48 hours, another 48 hours, and Way of the Dragon. Well, very best of luck. £3 up for grabs. If one of these answers turns out to be pointless and wins you that money, what would you like to do with it? Colin, I'm going to ask you first.
Pay the next 3 years, my TV licence.
Good answer. I'm going to argue with that. Scott, how about you?
It'll go towards my wedding.
When's your wedding?
Next year. Next year.
Sometime.
September
That
next
sounded
year.
very vague, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, very, very best of luck. Your first answer was 48 hours. In this case, we were looking for Jackie Chan films. You thought this is probably the least likely to be pointless, but let's see if it is. How many of our 100 people said 48 hours? Is it pointless for £3,000? No, bad luck. I'm afraid not a Jackie Chan. So let's move on to your next answer. Another 48 hours. Let's see. Let's see how...
This feels like another 48 hours.
Let's see how that one plays out. OK, you've gone for another 48 hours for £3,000. Is it... Let's start with one. First things first. Is it correct? I'm afraid it's not. OK, we now move on to your third and final answer, the one you thought was probably your best shot at a pointless answer. We're now on firm ground here. The Way of the Dragon. In this case, we're looking for Bruce Lee films, Way of the Dragon. How many of our 100 people said it for £3,000? Might it be pointless? It's right. OK, 48 hours was your first answer. Was incorrect. Another 48 hours. Another incorrect answer. Way of the Dragon, though, takes us down into single figures. Still going down. Still going down with Way of the Dragon to 4. Bad luck. Bad luck. Listen, very well done, guys. You played incredibly well. 2-0 in the head-to-head. Fantastic play right across the show, but I'm afraid you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer in this round. So I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot. But, yeah, you've played so well. And you get a trophy each to take home for your trophy.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you. The 48 hours, I think you might have been thinking of Rush Hour 2, which both would have scored quite big points as well.
Oh, really?
So that's relief. Lots of Dragon movies actually were pointless answers. You could have for Jackie Chan. Dragon Fist, Dragon Lord, Dragons Forever, Dragons of Death, Heart of a Dragon, and Twin Dragons. All of those were pointless answers. If you like other animals, you could also have had the Fearless Hyena and the Fearless Hyena 2. Well, I don't know if you said any of those. Should we take a look at the pointless answers, starting with Chuck Norris? Here's some good titles for his films, Chuck Norris. Bells of Innocence, Breaker Breaker, Hellbound, Missing in Action 2, The Beginning. You also could have had An Eye for an Eye, Braddock, Missing in Action 3, Firewalker, Forced Vengeance, Silent Rage, The Octagon, and The Student Teachers. Which sounds...
The Student Teachers?
Not a film I've seen, but listen, I assume something goes on. Bruce Lee now. The Birth of Mankind, The Guiding Light, Thunderstorm, Too Late for Divorce. Very well done if you said any of those, and we'll finish with Jackie Chan. There's loads and loads of pointless answers here. Around the World in 80 Days, of course. He was in with Steve Coogan from earlier. Crime Story, Accidental Spy, The Cannonball Run was a pointless answer, as was The Cannonball Run 2. Biggest scorers for Jackie Chan, Rush Hour, The Karate Kid, Rush Hour 2 and Shanghai Nights. Those are the biggest scorers. Drunken Master 2 you could have had as well. That would have been a pointless answer.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And thank you so much, Colin and Scott. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That will therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £4,000. Join us then, see if someone can win. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.